Hello everyone, so in this class we are going to learn how we can do the static route. So for that purpose we will take two router. I will take 4331, this model 2 router. Okay, ISR 4331 I am using, and then we will take two switches. Here I will take two switches, and then we will take some computer here. We can say we will take some computer here. Okay, and before that one I am taking some more switches. After that we will take some computer here, and here what I will do, in this place I will take layer 3 switch, so we can have 3-tier architecture. So here I will go and then click the switch, and I will take the layer 3 switch here. So this is our topology, and imagine this is your company head office and the branch office. So in the head office you have 3 or 4 switches, and we can say this is your branch office. Here you have access layer switches. Here also you have some 4 switches. Okay, access layer switches we are calling this one. And here I can say you have here 2 PC, or you can have more PC, but for lab purpose I will take 2 here. Okay, so for lab purpose I am taking 2 PC here for each switch, but imagine you have more PC there. Okay, and then we will connect. Here you can see this is the topology. Now we can connect the topology. So I will connect from here to here, then from here to here, and after that we will connect here the switches, whatever switches we have. This is our head office, and you have here branch office. We can say this is a branch office. Okay, and then we will connect here this PC and this PC, this PC here, this PC here, like that I am connecting. Okay, let's see here also we are designing the topology here. I am designing the topology here. And now what I need to do, whatever IP schema I am going to use, I will write down here. So this site I will use 192.168.12.1/24, and this site we will use here 192.168.12.2/24, and here this site we will use 192.168.1.1 and /24 this site, and here we will use 192.168.2.1/24. okay, see here this is the topology we have here, and this is the IP here, this is the IP here, and here I can change the name of the router. So this is the R1, this is the R2, and here we will have the multiple VLAN also. So what I will do here, this is mini project, so I will say this is in the VLAN 10, this is in the VLAN 10, this is in the VLAN 10, this is in the VLAN 10. I am using only 2 VLAN for lab purpose. You can take more also, and this is for VLAN 20. okay, this is for VLAN 20, this is for VLAN 20, this is for VLAN 20. Then we have here VLAN 30 in the branch office. This is for VLAN 30, VLAN 30, here also VLAN 30, here also VLAN 30. Then another color we will take. Let's take this color. This is for VLAN 40. okay, this is for VLAN 40, this is for VLAN 40, this is for VLAN 40. Here I will write here like this. I will put in this one, I will write this is for VLAN 40. okay, 40 name we can give here, any name we can give, marketing, and IP schema we are going to use 192.168.40.0/24. okay, and gateway we can say gateway will be for VLAN 40 is 192.168.gateway 40.1/24. this will be the gateway for VLAN 40. this is, I will put like this. So by seeing this color you can know that this is for VLAN 40. Then here I will take this green color or this one for VLAN 10. So I will put this color like this, and here we will put same thing what we wrote here, similar for VLAN 10. So here we can say this is for VLAN 10, and this is HR, and this should be VLAN 10 IP schema. We are going to use VLAN 10 and gateway will be 10 or something. So this for VLAN 10. Okay, and then we will use one more thing, that is for VLAN 20. So this is green color is for VLAN 20. So I will write here VLAN 20, this one. Okay, and I can copy the same thing what we done here and I will paste here. So here I will modify, this is for VLAN 20, this is for VLAN 20, and name will be IT. You can give any name here, and this also for VLAN 20. So this is for VLAN 20. Now we need one more thing for VLAN 30. So which color? This yellow color. So yellow color I will take here, we can take this one, and I will say this is for VLAN 30. So I will copy the same thing, I will paste here, and then we will write here VLAN 30. Name I can give as a sales, and here I will give the 30, here I will give the 30. Okay, like this I will put, and here also if you want I can copy, and let me remove this here. I will click here, I will put, so it will look the similar color here. Okay, so this is the VLANs whatever we are using here. So let's do the configuration. Our wish, if you want here static root we can run, or OSPF we can run, that is up to us. Generally we are using OSPF in the real world, so we can use OSPF also, but I am planning to use static root. But anyhow, let's see, let's make this as a real world what we are using. I will do that scenario. So here you will have the IP. In this interface we are going to configure the IP also. So I will write 192.168.1.2/24 this side, and here also we will put the IP. So I will write 192.168.2.2/24. okay, and then what I will do here, I will configure the VLAN here. Okay, this is the switch. So first we will start the configuration in the switch. So first let me change the name of the switch here, whatever the name we give here. If you see this name, like here if you move, this is the name of the switch I think. So we will write here multi-layer switch 1. okay, I will copy this name so we can give this name to the other switch also. I think this one, or let me do like this. So we will put here, I will put the multi-layer 2, switch 2, and then this is a switch 1 we can say normally, like switch 1, this is switch 2, this is switch 3, this is switch 4, this one is switch 5, this one is switch 6, this one is switch 7, this one is switch 8. Okay, so now let's start here. So I will go to this switch, and we can see I am doing directly configuration. I am not writing in the notepad. If you want I can write in notepad also, but better let's do directly here. I go inside the switch, I change the name of the switch multi-layer switch 1. And if you need this topology, join our Telegram channel. I am going to share this topology in the Telegram channel, so you can copy the configuration from there. Okay, and now I need to assign the IP address to the interface. So if you see, this is the interface F0/1. So I will write here interface F0/1 here, and this is a layer 3 switch, so we need to write no switch port, then only you can assign the IP address, else you cannot assign the IP address. So I wrote that one, and the IP which we are configuring here, whatever we wrote there I am configuring that IP, and then I will write no shut here. And in this switch we are going to do the inter VLAN routing also, so I will write IP routing to enable the inter VLAN here. And here we are having the VLAN 10. okay, and name what we told, we will give that name here. VLAN 10 is the HR and 20 is a IT. Here you have 10 and 20 only. So VLAN 10 is HR and VLAN 20 is IT. So I will give the name is IT. And here you need to configure all the interface as a trunk only, because if you see, this one is connecting to the other interface, other switch. This one also connecting other switch, this one. So this all interface we need to configure as a trunk. So if you see, you have the interface F0/2. This one you can check F0/2 here, and here what is this one, F0/3, and this one F0/4 here, F0/5. So I can select the multiple interface with the command interface range. What you have, F0/2-5 or 6. Then I will write switch port trunk encapsulation.1q, then switch port mode trunk. Okay, I make the interface as a trunk, and here I created already the VLAN, so I need to do the inter VLAN here. So how to do inter VLAN? We will write interface VLAN 10 and assign the IP address whatever we are planning to give as a gateway. So how to create inter VLAN? You need to write interface VLAN 10 and write the IP address, whatever IP address you are planning to give here. So if you see here, we wrote 192.168.10.1 here. If you see, so this is the gateway for that one. So I will write here 192.168.10.1, give space, write 255.255.255.0 and write no shut. Okay, VLAN 10 is done. We have another VLAN, that is VLAN 20. So I will do for VLAN 20, then I will write IP address 192.168.20.1, 255.255.255.0, and we will write no shut here. So inter VLAN we done here. And also what I need to do here, we need to do the OSPF also, because as we told, we will use the OSPF. So our all the routes of the VLAN 10, 20, everything will go to this router. So what I will do here, I will write here like router OSPF 1, then network. I will use the network command. So network and the network ID. So this one for VLAN 10, network ID is 10.0, because VLAN 10 is using this IP, if you remember. And wildcard mask 0.0.0.255, and we are using area 0. Okay, this one is done. Now you have another thing, the VLAN 20. So you will write VLAN 20 will be 20.0, then 0.0.0.255, then you have area 0. And then after that you have one more thing, that is this network 1.2. This network also you need to do that one. So what we will do that one, we will write here, or I will go this way, and here I will write this one 1.0. Okay, like this. So here we configure this also. So OSPF is done here, everything is okay, look good. We can do one more thing also. I need to configure here DHCP server, because in this one all this machine need to get the IP address from the DHCP server. So what I will do here, I will go here, I will configure the DHCP here. So by mistake I put some command here, so it is translating, so we need to wait for some time or do the fast forward, so it will be finished quickly. And then we will go in the global configuration. I will write IP DHCP pool. This is the DHCP configuration for VLAN 10. I will do this. We need to write network and the network ID of the VLAN 10. So VLAN 10 I am giving this one, and whatever the subnet mask we want to give, we will give that one. Then default router we will write, and we will write the gateway. So gateway will be this one, and if you want to give the DNS, you can give DNS. If you have any DNS server, you can give that one. So this is a DHCP for VLAN 10, and I can write IP DHCP pool exclude, because if I want to reserve some IP, if I don't want to give any IP DHCP exclude address. If I don't want to give any IP, means if I want to reserve some IP, so I can write like this. So I am reserving the IP from 192.168.10.1 till 10.10. So with this command we can exclude this address. So DHCP server will not give this one. After this they will give that one. So I can do same thing for the VLAN 20 also. Like that I can write 192.168.20.1, 192.168.20.10. Okay, we can do like this, and after that you can configure the DHCP. So DHCP IP DHCP pool for which VLAN, VLAN 20, so I will write VLAN 20. Then IP, whatever the network you want to give, you can give 192.168.20.0, give the subnet mask what you have here, and default router. So gateway of the VLAN 20 you can write here, so that one they will get. So this configuration is done here. I think it is enough. Anyhow, we will see if we miss anything, we will come back and we will do that one again. Now I will go to this switch and I will do the configuration here. This is the switch 1. I will change the name of the switch, and here we have the VLAN 10 name. What we need to give, VLAN 10 is having the name as HR, if you see. So I will give HR, and then we need VLAN 20 name. We need to give, what is the name here? We have IT. Yeah, name is IT. So HR and IT I created. Then I need to put the interface. You can write interface F0/3. This PC, let's see, this is F0/2. Okay, and this one is F0/3. So F0, okay, where we are inside this switch. So F0/2 belongs to which VLAN? Switch port mode axis I can write. Then switch port axis, which VLAN it is in VLAN 10. Then you have another interface, that is F0/3, and we write switch port mode axis. This one we put to make the mode as a axis, and then this one to put in that particular VLAN. So I done here. And the above interface, that is interface F0/1, this is already trunk, but anyhow we can make trunk here also. So our configuration is done here this side. And what else we can do? We can check here we are getting the IP from the DSCP or not. So we will go here and click the DSCP, and we will wait and we will check, because here I think we configure everything. So we should get the IP. If we are not getting IP, we need to check and we need to do the troubleshooting. So see here we are getting the IP 10.11 our computer get, and gateway what he get 10.1, and this is a DNS and this is a subnet mask. So DSCP server is configured correctly. Now we need to go to the another switch and do the same configuration here. Change the switch name here. So here I will go, I will write here config t host name, I will write the switch 2. Then I will write here interface F0/1. First I will make this one as a trunk. Then after that what I will do, interface F0/2, and switch port mode axis, then switch port mode trunk, switch port mode, switch port axis VLAN 10 I think. So 10 is not there because we forget to create the VLAN, so it is created now. And you can create now, like VLAN 10 name we give as a HR, and VLAN 20 we give the name as a IT. Okay, so now we created, and you can write interface F0/3, and you can put this interface in the VLAN. Which VLAN? VLAN 20. So we will write switch port axis VLAN 20. Okay, and we can save the configuration here. If you want to check, you can write do show VLAN brief, and you can see we have the two VLAN 10 and 20, and these are the ports. And you can write show interface trunk, and you have this interface F0/1 as a trunk. So this is good. Here STP is working, so we need to wait for some time, and we can do fast forward and go here and check you are getting the IP or not from the DSCP server. So you get the correct IP, and you can check here also for VLAN 20 you get the correct IP or not. Here let's see, you are getting the correct IP, so this one is also good. Let's go here and configure the third switch. So here we will write interface that is enable config t host name as W3. We will create VLAN 10 name is HR, VLAN 20 name is IT, and interface F1/0 should be trunk, switch port mode trunk, and then interface F0/2 should be in the VLAN 10, switch port mode axis, and switch port axis VLAN 10, and then interface F0/3 that should be in the VLAN 20. So I will write switch port mode axis, switch port axis VLAN 20. Okay, so here configuration is done here. This is the switch 3. We can go here and check here. I think our configuration is done. Let's see we are getting correct IP or not. Here it is not coming. Let's see, or maybe when we change to different VLAN it will take time, so we do fast forward and then we can check here. So see, now it is working, and go here and check here also it is working. So third switch configuration is also done. Let's go to the fourth switch. I will go here and I will do the configuration here. Enable config T host name SW4, and we can write here interface F0 by 1 here, switch port mode trunk switch, and here then you have interface F0 by 2, switch port mode axis, switch port axis VLAN 10. Then VLAN 10 we don't have, so let's create VLAN 10. Name is HR, VLAN 20 name is IT, and then interface F0 by 3. We can write switch port mode axis, switch port axis VLAN 20, and if you want you can write do show VLAN brief. So we have the VLAN and we have the interface also. You can write show interface trunk, so you have trunk also here. You can save the configuration and check here this one is working or not. So let's go here and click here and check here. It is working 10.14. This should be 20 dot something because this is for VLAN 20. So let's see, it is failed. Why it is failed? Let's try again. Or maybe this port is working for STP or anything, or do fast forward. Okay, here this is F0 by 3. So let's see what we have here. This one is good, and PC7 is having problem, I think. Let's check again. So it is working, PC7 is also working. So this one is good. Now we can do the configuration in the router. So I will go to this router. Here we need to enable the IP also, OSPF also we need to configure here. So first of all I will change the name of the router is R1, then interface G0 by 0 by 0 by 0. I will assign the IP address here 192.168.12.1, give space 255.255.255.0, no shut, and then interface G0 by 0 by 1, then write here IP address 192.168.1.1, give space 255.255.255.0 and write no shut here. So here we assign the IP, we need to enable the OSPF. So I will write router OSPF 1, then interface and network command I am using. So we need to write the network command and the wildcard mask, and then area we are using area 0. Then we have another thing that is 1.0. So we advertise the OSPF here and here. So this R1 configuration is completed here. No issue here, just we assign the IP, enable the OSPF. Same thing we need to do here also. Go here and enable the OSPF, assign the IP, enable the OSPF. So I can move like this, and then we can take this one, and here I can write enable config T host name R2, interface G0 by 0 by 0, IP address 192.168.12.2, give space 255.255.255.0 and write no shut here. Then interface G0 by 0 by 1 and write here IP address 192.168.2.1, give space 255.255.255.0 and write here no shut. Okay, and now if you want to do the OSPF, you can write router OSPF 1 network, and network command you will write, I am using network command, then wildcard mask and area 0. You can use interface method also, that is up to you which one you want to use. I use this one, I enable OSPF here and here. Okay, then I can save the configuration here, and then I can go to this switch. In this switch I can assign the IP also. Let's see here. First I will write no, and then here configuration, host name is multi-layer switch 2, IP routing we will enable here, and we will create the VLAN 30 name. What is the name we give here? VLAN 30 sales, and VLAN 40 name marketing, and then after that what we have interface F0 by 1 here, we will write no switch port, and we will assign the IP address here 192.168.2.2, give space 255.255.255.0, and no shut here. After that we will exit and we will write interface VLAN 30. Okay, IP address 192.168.30.1. as we told, we will use this one as a gateway, so I wrote that one, and then interface VLAN 40. I will write here IP address 192.168.40.1, give space 255.255.255.0, and no shut here. And IP routing we done, inter VLAN we done here. Now we will enable the OSPF. So I will write interface method you can use, or you can use the network command also. So we are using network command here, so let's take that one only. So I enable the OSPF here this side. Now I want to enable the OSPF to the VLAN, particular VLAN. So here we have VLAN 30. So this one is enabled for VLAN 30. So you can see neighborship is coming, and then I can do for VLAN 40, and also we done for this network. So OSPF we enable here. We can save the configuration here, and we have another interface, that is interface, if you see, interface range F0/2 till 5. Here you can see F0/2, F0/3, F0/4, F0/5. So here I need to configure trunk. So if you see, I configure trunk here, this link, and I can save the configuration here. So I think this is good. And if you want to check here, you can check also show IP route. You can see routes are coming here from the VLAN 10 and 20. From that side it is coming here. So this is good. Now we need to go to the individual switch and do the configuration to the switch as we done same. And here we need to create the DHCP also. If you remember, IP DHCP pool for VLAN 30 network 192.168.30.1, give space 30.0 we will give, and then give space 255.255.255.0, and default router is 192.168.30.1, and then we can write IP DHCP exclude, and if you want to reserve some IP, you can do 30.1 till 192.168.30.10. we are reserving this. You can do the same thing for VLAN 40 also. So here I will say this is for VLAN 40. So we reserve that one, and here I can create the DHCP pool for VLAN 40 also. So VLAN 40 computer can get the IP, and network ID will be 40.0, give subnet mask 255.255.0, and gateway will be 192.168.40.1. okay, so this one we done here, the DHCP configuration also. So now we will go after that to this machine. This is a switch, and this is a switch 5. So we can change the name of the switch here, SW5. Here we will create the VLAN 30 name, we give as a sales, and then you have VLAN 40 names we give as a marketing. And after that, here we will configure interface F0/1 as a trunk, switch port mode trunk. And then you have another interface, that is interface F0/2. Same thing, F0/2 is in switch port mode axis. Then switch port axis, which VLAN, this one yellow color is VLAN 30. See here, yellow color is VLAN 30. Then you have another interface F0/3 here, and switch port mode axis, switch port axis VLAN 40. This is for VLAN 40. So this configuration is done here, and we can check, or yeah, here STP is taking the time, so do the fast forward and go here and check you are getting the IP from the DHCP or not. So you are getting the IP from the DHCP, and go here and check for VLAN 40 also you are getting the IP or not. So you are getting the IP from the DHCP 40.11, and here what IP you have here, 20.13. so let's ping from here to there and check 20 dot ping 192.168.20.13. I remember this PC IP, what is that one, 20.13. so let's see, it should work. Yeah, see, it replies coming, means both the sites are communicating. Still we done configuration this side only, so this one we need to do. We will do that after some time. So it is working. When this PC is pinging to this device, they are communicating. So you can see here our IP is, what is our IP, 30.11 here, and this computer IP 30. Our IP is 40.11. from VLAN 40 I am pinging to VLAN 20 and reply is coming here. Okay, so it is working. Anyhow, let's go to the configuration and do the remaining switch configuration, or you can repeat the same configuration. If you want, I can leave for you. You can repeat the same configuration, or if you want, I will do here. First we will write host name, that is a switch 6, then create the VLAN 30, name is marketing, name is sales, and VLAN 40, what is the name is marketing, and then you can write here interface F0 by 1, switch port mode access, switch port mode trunk, and then interface F0 by 2, switch port mode access, and here switch port access VLAN 30, and then another interface F0 by 3, then you write switch port mode access, then switch port access VLAN 40, then save the configuration. This is a switch 6, this switch we configure. Okay, and now go here and check here you are getting the IP or not. So you are getting the IP, correct IP from VLAN 30, and here you will get the IP from the VLAN 40. So let's see here 40. So this one is working. Now remaining is only 2 switch. So let's do this 2 switch also configuration. This is simple only, not that much tough. You can write enable config t, host name, this is a switch 7, and VLAN 30, name is sales, you have VLAN 40, name is marketing, and you have interface F0 by 1, that should be trunk, and then you have interface F0 by 2, that should be switch port mode access, and switch port access which VLAN, this one should be VLAN 30, then you have interface F0 by 3, that should be interface mode access, and switch port access VLAN 40. Okay, this is for switch 7, and let's do the switch 8, then we will check the switch 7 output. So switch 8 enable config t, host name, what is the switch number here, switch number is 8 I think, and then we will create the VLAN 10, VLAN 30, name is sales, and VLAN 40, name is marketing, and then interface F0 by 1, that should be trunk, switch port mode trunk, then interface F0 by 2, that should be in the VLAN, switch port mode access, and switch port access VLAN 30, then interface F0 by 3, switch port mode access, switch port access VLAN 40, and also we can write switch port mode access. Okay, and right here save. So all the configuration is done. Let's check this one. Before we configure, but we did not check, so now we need to check. So 30 VLAN 30 IP is getting here, and if we go here and check this one also, we are getting the VLAN 40 IP here. Same thing here, if I go and check here, VLAN 30 IP you should get here, you are getting, and here you can check, you are getting the VLAN 40 IP. 40.14 you are getting, 40.14 you have. Let's try to ping from any of this PC 40.14 and check it is working or not. So I will write ping 192.168.40.14 and let's see it is working or not. If it is working, means all configuration, everything is done. 1-2 packet will be dropped for ARP, and you can see it is working. So our head office is communicating with the branch office, and we don't have any error, any issue here. Everything is working perfectly. So this is our mini project. We connected the two branches. Okay, in this one we use the OSPF, we use the inter VLAN trunk access port. This one we use here. So I hope you enjoy this project. See you in our next project. Thank you. Bye.